Be here tonight to celebrate the studio. Please join me in welcoming tonight's guest. We have the talented actor who plays Quinn Hackett. Please welcome Chase Sweet Wonders. As of less than a week ago, he is a Critics' Choice Award winner for his role as Sal Saperstein. Please welcome Ike Barinholtz. I should specify, three-time Emmy Award-winning co-creator, writer, director, and EP, Evan Goldberg. And the other co-creator, writer, director, EP, he also plays Matt Remick. He has received so many accolades for his work, I literally don't have time to list them. So please just welcome Seth Rogen. Thank you so much for being here. It was very surreal to watch you guys backstage on this screen when we were backstage there.
It was like the show.
Oh, it was like, oh my God.
But slightly less drugs.
A little bit. I was just saying, don't tell them. Yeah.
You mean slightly less drugs in the show?
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, again, thank you so much for being here, and congratulations on this fantastic documentary. I as I said, we literally don't have time to list all the accolades, but in addition to your win Sunday at the Critics' Choice Awards, you were nominated for a PGA Award today. The studio set a record for last year's Emmys for most wins ever for a comedy series at 13. And just this week, it received a record 5 Actor Award nominations.
And, sorry, our caterer, Orlando's caterer, is up for a catering award.
Catering?
Really great work.
I bet you have great catering. Actually, I was pretty convinced Evan and Seth did that too.
No, I wish. If they gave craft service awards, our guys should win.
Orlando's amazing. Yes. Wonderful.
It has been such a wild year, though, and the series has not only been a critical and cultural hit, it's really become part of our cultural zeitgeist. I mean, was there a moment you realized this is how often do people just scream, "Thank you, Sal Saperstein," on the street?
I go to a lot of airports.
Really?
And people definitely come up to me while I'm at airports. They're like, "Thank you, Sal Saperstein." And even though it's 7 a.m. in line at a Starbucks, I couldn't be happier to hear it.
Do you get the drive-bys, like you're walking?
Oh yeah. People just walk by and yell, "Sal Saperstein," which is better than what I used to get, which is, "Hey, that dude."
What about for the rest of you? Was there like a specific moment that you realized, or maybe someone who like you admired reached out to you and told you they were a fan of the show?
That has happened. What I noticed it really was a cultural thing, at least in our industry, is whenever like a big IP movie is announced, like on Deadline or Variety or something, all the responses are like a meme of the Kool-Aid Man running through a wall. Like they announced the Labubu movie, and it's just all like Kool-Aid shit, as it should be. And actually, a studio head today told me that as someone was pitching him the Labubu movie, which they passed on, he's like, all I pictured was being made fun of by you, literally.
It's the meme of Seth, like, getting coffee in his face, and it's like, this guy has the chance to do the funniest thing right now after, like, the Netflix merger happens.
And Evan, I know you've talked about how The Player and the Larry Sanders Show were inspirations, and like those, this blends, satire with a real love and affection for the industry. How did you sort of, find that balance? Because this could have been just mean-spirited and it still would have been funny.
We love this industry.
Yeah.
We actually love it. I know that a lot of people are jaded. We love it.
We've been given wonderful lives as a result of this industry.
Yeah, and it's easy to satire it because it's very easy to play with, but the love is real, and so when we have that, we can say all the crazy shit we want, and people go with it.
We've been very lucky, and we've been able to live our dreams through the industry. And like as kids, I mean, we've been friends since we were 12 years old, and the fact that we've been writing together for 30 years, and like
our friendship stopped a decade ago.
But our partnership, we've not
still
seen
strong.
each other socially for 10. This is excruciating for us. But hey, fuck off.
But we work good.
I asked you not to see us beside each other. But no, yeah, like in general, we have a very, we're very grateful for what this career has given us, or this industry has given us. So yeah, it's hard for us to be too hard on it.
I mean, all the actors on the show are so spectacular. You all work so well together. Ike and Chase, I love the relationship between Sal and Quinn throughout season 1, where you're like so adversarial at the start. Was that fun to play, or do you feel a little bad?
It's, it's hard to hate this guy. It is, but I mean, that was our first kind of introduction to each other.
Oh, you're kidding?
Yes, it was like
First day of shooting,
it was
you two just
number one
screaming
day of
at each other.
shooting.
They picked those scenes because Seth didn't have to act in it, I think.
It's
He's like,
true.
I want to see if the show works. But I remember like literally meeting her in hair and makeup, and I was like, oh my God, this is gonna be so fun. And then like 90 minutes later, I'm like in her face, I'm like, you fucking loser!
Bitch.
And that's the nature of what we do, but we worked through it.
Worked through it, yeah.
Yeah, do you ever have to check in with each other and just be like, that was acting? It's okay.
That first day, we were like, are you good? Yeah, I'm good.
I like you. I like your work. I'm a fan.
Yes.
No, you had really just met that day.
Yeah. Day one.
Really.
In there and make
That's so fascinating because chemistry is such a strange thing, and like, sometimes I'm curious how it gets built, how people get time to know each other, but sometimes you just put two actors together.
Yeah, chemistry is a miraculous thing, and I've worked with like married couples who have no sexual chemistry. And then I'll work with two people who like fucking hate each other, and you're like, oh, it's like I can't wait to see them go at it. So like, it is a strange thing that I feel fortunate whenever it arises.
I also think some projects cater to good chemistry. Like I think our set, like celebrities would show up for one episode and it would just work, even though they didn't know us or anyone there.
It's a part of acting. Good actors can create good chemistry, and people who perform well and understand the dynamics of scenes and how to bring them to life in an exciting, like crackling way, they understand how to create a dynamic that serves that in the scene itself. So they were able to do that, even though they hate each other.
Again, we weren't supposed to seat them this way.
No, none of us can sit beside each other. It's a weird conundrum.
You do have so many. I'm curious what it's like as actors to like be on the top of a call sheet and have like Martin Scorsese, 3 names down. But you do have so many great people who play themselves, and what I really love about it is it's integral to the story. Like Ron Howard had to play Ron Howard.
Yeah, it's a real corner we paint ourselves in creatively, and I say we're about to start shooting the 2nd season in like a week, and I'm literally dealing with this exact thing as we speak. We really cater the episodes to very specific people, and the way we write them, we like it to feel as though there's only one person who could bring it to life. And so, if that person says no, which happens sometimes, we have to completely reimagine the episodes and completely reconceive them. And the next season especially, like, there are several, like, it came down to like, if 3 people didn't say yes to certain things, our entire season would have collapsed.
Wow.
And it was a very stupid way to approach making a season of television. But it seems like it's all lining up, and that's what the inevitable would be like. If this works, it's going to be fucking crazy. But it might not, and we're fucked if it doesn't completely. Yeah.
And as just actors, we're very lucky because we don't have to deal with any of that shit.
No, they just show up when they get to.
But it's so great because normally when you're working with Ron Howard or Martin Scorsese or Sarah Polley, you are an actor in their movie, and you show up at set and they are in the middle of a million different things, and you get like a minute and a half to talk to them, and then you're acting, and that's it. This show, they're just another schmuck in the Sprinter van.
They're number 78 on the call sheet.
Yeah, Ron Howard's just sitting at Video Village waiting for a hot snack, just like us. And so you can say to him, like, hey, tell me a great American graffiti story. And he's like, oh, Harrison Ford bullied the fucking shit out of me. Him and Paul and Matt used to throw bottles at my feet, like, so So you really get like this hanging time with these like legendary directors that you would never get if you got cast in one of their movies. So that's
I'm glad he enjoys it. All we feel is crushing pressure and stress. I feel none of those feelings. I feel none of that. I'm just like, I have to direct Martin Scorsese in a fucking scene.
I didn't know you had those kind of conversations
Yeah,
right now.
It's awesome.
great. It's awesome. You should try it sometime.
And you had to make him cry. It was
Exactly.
terrible.
It was terrible.
I mean, do you ever consider asking the person first, or do you think that's like jinxing it?
asking them what?
If they'll do the show and then writing the script.
No, because they want to know what it is. Like, you can't just, you got to pitch them the idea. Like, everyone says yes in theory, but then it comes down to like, what's the actual, what am I doing? You know what I mean? And so,
Because all they care about is like, what is my great
what do
joke?
I get to do?
What is the big joke for me?
Yes,
And if we don't
exactly.
have that nugget, we can't go.
Yeah, and so, when by the time we're talking to these people, we've essentially outlined or written an entire episode of the show that is based on them saying yes or no.
But a lot of the time they'll say a bunch of smart stuff and we'll pretend we put that in the script and then quickly put that in the script before we send them the script.
Well, yeah, luckily, in like the 2 hours between our Zoom and when they received the script, we completely rewritten it. Based on the Zoom we just had. They're like, I'd love to do this. We were like, that's in there.
I mean, I have to imagine at this point you're not having trouble getting people to say yes. You probably have people coming to you. You probably get people approaching you and saying, "Can I be on the
They
show?"
collect some things.
Yeah.
Just tonight.
Just tonight. Award season's been a great kind of gathering ground. You're around other people a lot. It is hard though. When people come to, it's almost impossible. What we've found and we've tried with our dear friends who were like, I'd love to be on your show. And we were like, great. And then we would try to reverse engineer ideas from them. And it just never works.
Really?
It only ever works when we like have a funny idea and then we're just, oh, well then ask me this person. And then, which is much harder because we're often calling on people who we don't even know that well, who owe us nothing. Like Martin Scorsese owes us nothing, and so it's really hard to convince these people that I've never met him before, and so that's often who we need is people who we actually don't know and have never met, unfortunately.
What about something like Dave Franco, where didn't you sort of like add a little bit for him once he did the first episode?
Yes.
So that does happen.
We hit, Dave we knew, and he was only in Alphabet City, which is Ron Howard's fake movie, and he was never himself, but he was so funny that when we were making these last 2 Vegas episodes, we were like, oh, it'd be good if you came back as you, and CinemaCon was sort of like a nice, kind of structural tool to bring back everything that had happened throughout the season, basically, because that's what you're actually doing at CinemaCon, and so it was good to have Zoe. Zoe wasn't originally going to come back either, but again, she was so funny when we made the Golden Globes episode. We were like, oh, this is actually a good opportunity to kind of bring back some of the greatest hits from throughout the season, basically.
How surreal is it to be going to the Golden Globes on Sunday? I mean, you have to say it, right?
I don't know, do we? What's funny is me and O'Hara presented at last year's Golden Globes, which was since we had shot the show. And the whole time we were there, we were just like, this is so fucking strange. We pretended this. We did this. It was fake, but it was real. That we were there for a week. We were in that room. So it was like we lived at the Golden Globes. And then being back there was really surreal, but it's gonna be weird. Yeah, it's gonna be weird.
Yeah, you're nominated for a Golden Globe for making fun of the Golden Globes.
For mocking the Golden Globes. We don't make fun of them that much. There's a lot of things we could have said about the Golden Globes. The only award show to be canceled.
The only award show where you can curry favor the judges by taking them to Fogo de Chao.
Yeah, exactly. It's funny when the Globes were canceled and then they came back, and I'm like, you made it back?
These scripts obviously are so sharp and creative. But it's okay, voting's done, so it's not
Well, that's right.
We can go nuts now.
But is there much improvising on set? set? Because I feel like sometimes moments are improvised. Like I think Bryan Cranston said you didn't know what he was going to be wearing under his outfit. So
That is very true. I did not think he was going to be in like whatever, a thong and dickie. But here we are.
You know, we were like, what are you going to wear for real? Tell us. He was just like, no.
I was
you
the
will
first
find out
one.
when I come out of that room.
Because I go into the bathroom with him, and all of a sudden, he like strips down. I'm like, this is like the greatest American actor of the last 25 years. He played LBJ. And there he is, like being like, I need help. Let me get this thong on. It's wild.
so that's all improvised when you come out and you can't remember Dickie.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
And I remember you brushing. It's sort of we shoot each of these long takes maybe like 16 to 20 times. I remember like Chase working up the thing where she's like brushing his teeth and things like that. Like, that wasn't in the script originally, and like you sort of like everyone has ideas and you sort of compile them, and every take just kind of has more and more. It kind of gets more developed and more refined. I remember running in and screaming at you, "That was funny!
Do that again.
Do that again!" But yeah, and Brian and his weird underwear. But yeah, we sort of like it's sort of like a weird process where we're kind of discovering it for the first few takes and then kind of refining it for the next bunch of takes, basically.
I would think one of the hardest things would be not laughing and ruining, this wonder that's been going on for 10 minutes. Who's the biggest offender?
Because nothing would be less funny than if you laughed and ruined one of those.
No, it was
There's
not.
nothing funny about
I
that.
ruined more of those.
You're the number one culprit.
It's tough with Han. With Catherine Hahn, it's tough. Like, 'cause sometimes she'll say a line, you're like, what show is that from? Like, where did that line come from? What are you saying? And it's so funny that you just laugh.
The panic in people's faces when they would forget their lines in the midst of one of these long takes was something I like truly got a kick out of.
Yeah.
And because sometimes like it's like the way we shoot, like it's like you'd be sitting here and they would start shooting like way out on the street and come through the whole building, and then you'd see this door open and like a crew of 15 people, like a boom person, and they start coming towards you, and you're like, okay, here they come. They're all coming, and you see them, and like it seems to be going good, otherwise they would have cut. And then and if you have like one line, it's even worse. Because you're just like, what if I fuck up by one thing?
And when you say a word slightly wrong, like if the line is like, hurry, the screening starts at 10:30, and you're like, hurry, the screening starts at 2:30, and you just see Seth go like, oh. You're like, "Ah, shit. Sorry, crew.
Yeah.
And
One
our
of the
cameraman-
episodes,
Our cameraman is so strong, and so he's holding this camera for like 7 minutes at a time.
Yeah.
So if you mess up just a little, Mark will just put down his camera and go, just sweating
Sometimes in the
bullets.
middle of the take, you'd hear him and you'd hear him go, fuck. Oh no. Mark knows we blew it.
Shout out to Mark. That is impressive. That's
Mark is
amazing.
the best.
You guys, truly the strongest camera op ever.
And we could not make the show without him. And I remember me and him talking to our cinematographer being like, when we were first doing the show, we're like, it's a lot of handheld, we have very long takes. I think we want to do every scene as one long take. And he's like, I know exactly who to do it. And I was like, okay. And then I showed up on set the first day and literally saw like a bodybuilder standing there. And I was like, he got the guy. He found the guy to do it.
But like both arms, because sometimes you only need one arm. For
No, yeah, he is the strongest.
He has both arms.
Yeah.
And he's the camera operator on like Mad Max Fury
Yeah,
Road.
Charlize
Yeah.
showed up and they like hugged each other like they had been in Vietnam together.
I mean, what's it like for you though, having to act in those scenes and like be present, but you're also, tracking like, gosh, I hope that person steps in the right place at the right time.
Am I present? Castmates?
Yes.
I don't feel that present. I think I try to be present, and I am trying to actively be present. And if things are going well, I am very present. And as soon as something is wrong, and I'll watch it in the dailies. Like we'll be in editorial watching the show. As soon as something goes wrong, I like see all the acting drop out of my face, and I'm just like, ugh. And so I'm present as long as it's working. And the second it's not working, I do drop out of the scene and I'm no longer present. And I'm a bad scene partner because I'm just thinking like, this is not going to work. Like none of this is usable anymore. So yeah, it's annoying. I feel bad for the people I'm acting with, honestly, at times because I don't feel like
They can't tell as much as you think.
It's
not as apparent as you think.
I'm glad because I feel like I have 1 foot in and 1 foot out, and I am trying to do my best to engage in the scene, but I'm for sure watching it as the director of the scene as well, and I'm aware of what the lens is capturing, and I'll know like that line was not on camera, and because of that, none of this is usable, and because of that, I'm not acting anymore, and we should stop and start over. Probably.
But it's very useful because then we know. Seth is like a live music conductor who's like in the scene with us, and when the camera pans away, you can see Seth's brain ticking of like on the writing front, on the directing front, and if people aren't hitting their marks, then we know, okay, we're not going to climb up this giant flight of stairs when the take's already screwed.
Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but I love a director who like is like, hey, sorry, we're halfway through the scene, let's just take it again, as opposed to let's go through it again. And it's useless.
Finish this 9-minute take, but it
yeah.
was screwed up originally.
I don't want to do it either.
Yeah, I was going to ask if, like, once you know that a take has been blown, do you just stop?
Often, yes.
Every now and then you have to finish it for one act.
The first few takes, you just have to get through them, and like a million things will go wrong. But it's also for like the crew, and like it's good to just walk through it and get to the end of it. But there are once we've gotten through the technical aspects of it, we will stop halfway through if it's not working. Yes, sometimes it's demoralizing, and that is a thing we are constantly.
Well, sometimes, like specifically, actors are trying to like find the moment, and you need to give them that moment.
Yes,
and experience it numerous times.
And we're always telling the actors that it is more flexible than it is. And we're always like, there's plenty of stitch points. We can interchange the shots. We can interchange the scenes. We do all sorts of stuff. And we're lying a lot of the time to take the pressure off of them so they don't feel like they have to nail every fucking thing exactly right, even though they do. If they don't feel like they have to, they often perform it better.
The one, Ron Howard was uber aware.
Well, the directors know. They know when we're lying to them. And we're like, there's stitch points. And he's like, no, there's not. Know how movies are made. And we're like, you're right. We're lying to you.
You did mention that you're about to start filming season 2. Is there anything you can tease? Anyone we could look forward to, or?
Absolutely not.
Damn it.
Catherine Hahn's outfits will be more insane.
There'll be more
That's
crazy.
amazing. I mean, after such success with season 1, are you feeling more pressure, or is it the opposite? You're feeling more confidence to?
Crushing pressure. Nothing but absolute crushing pressure. I think it's going to help the show.
Yeah.
Generally, the more miserable I am, the funnier the things are. And so, all these awards have really just added an insane amount of pressure to my life. Something I feel like I must live up to and must keep delivering on. And I think it's made the show funnier ultimately. But yeah, it's I'm like happy for 1 second, and then I'm just like, how do we not ruin everything? So that's where I am now. In the how do we not ruin everything?
What about for the rest of you?
I don't feel as much pressure as Seth, but I'm feeling the pressure.
None at all.
Yeah.
Fucking wait, let's go.
Easy breezy.
Good balance.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you have balance.
It gets less pressure as it goes down.
I thought there was more pressure on the actors, and I'm realizing that
Yeah, we're feeling it, buddy. Don't worry.
You guys should feel pressure.
you should feel worse.
I want you to hate yourselves more. It'll help the show.
Well, again, it's such a fantastic show, and all its success has been so deserved. I want to thank you so much for being here tonight.
Thank you guys so much. We love our union.